Today's Friday, it's the 20th of June, it's 2025, and it's nails day for Anita. So she's going to get her nails done. What colour today, dear?
I have yet to know.
All right, well, they're blue at the moment. We'll see what they are later on, and I'll go for a little walk. It's very warm though. Well, there is a breeze. The flags are flying. Whoops. Yeah, cross over. Flags are flying up there, so that might help a little bit, but it's very warm. But looking at the weather in the UK, similar sort of temperatures, up and around 30 plus. Just heard that one of our granddaughters had a sports day cancelled because it's too hot. Well, they do call it Flaming June, don't they? Just coming to the pharmacy, which will tell me the temperature, but it's in the sun, so I'm not sure I'm going to believe that one. Let's see. Not telling me anything yet. Too hot for it. No temperature being shown. Are we going in here?
Yeah,
what? Do you want to go and check? Anita got a message earlier on today to say that Tony, who does her nails, has got an electric problem, so it's already been postponed by half an hour. Have a delivery here. What's going on? One. Well, all those lottery tickets and we haven't won a penny, or a peseta, or a euro. All the shutters are down at the moment. Well, yeah, Tony's not ready for Anita to do the nails, so we've come to Cantoni. The thermometer on the pharmacy was saying 36 degrees, and it felt like it. So we're actually sitting inside Cantoni. It's got air conditioning, it's nice and cool, so really pleasant for the moment. We'll have a nice coffee here, I'm sure. Well, as always, just a lovely coffee here at Cantoni, and it's quite busy and a bit noisy. So, cheers everyone. And just while I'm thinking about it, I had a message from Sam this morning, and wants us to wish his friend Jackie a happy 83rd birthday. So, happy birthday, Jackie. Hope you have a really good day. And we'll drink to that. It's a nice coffee. Cheers. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Anita's just had a message to say that the girl's ready now, so she's going to have her nails done, and I'll go for a little walk. And then Anita can let me know, so. Let me know.
Yeah, don't go too far away.
I'll carry on down this side. So what did it say? It's at 30 something degrees, 36 degrees. It feels like 36 degrees, just feels like that. Whoa. Really warm temperatures. So we'll see how the walk goes. I might have to be seeking shade. And Lisa just had a message to say that Angela's driven all the way down from Stoke to Kent. And she's already there, so she's done that in record time, I think. Must have left early this morning. So, a story of the restaurant that used to be the pizza restaurant, Pizzetta. It's now got a name on it, and the name is Annabelle. Still a lot of work going on there though, so it's nowhere near finished, but I'm guessing they're hoping to open very soon. I can see some kitchen equipment outside. But still, the signs are going up, so it's starting to get what you might think of as finishing touches. Main sign is up there. It's usually the last sort of things to go in, so keep you posted. But it's going to be very upmarket, I'm told. A couple of different sources have said it's going to be an upmarket restaurant with valet parking, which is quite interesting for Palmanova. I don't know what that means. Prices are going to be like. Whether they've really got the clientele. I suppose if people are going to be driving in from Puerto Portals or Port Adriano, maybe. Today's Friday and the beach is looking busy. I'm going to keep on this side of the promenade where there's some shade at least to walk under. I did a walk in on the other side of Palmanova just the other day, and some of the people were commenting, where are all the people? Well, there are some on the beach, there's quite a few on the beach. But certainly when we were in Santa Ponsa, what we were noticing that lots of people just stay in the hotel. There they haven't got to pay for all the sunbeds, they've got the swimming pool, they've got a bar which is providing food and drinks at very reasonable prices, much cheaper than the restaurants. Well, certainly the food was cheaper than the restaurants, and quite adequate. We had a couple of meals there and we were very happy with them. And then you've got the people who are all-inclusive, of course, and everything's in the hotel for them, so they're less likely to come out. It's always a bit of an issue, all-inclusive, and it's been a struggle. People have been calling for it to be abolished, but tour operators just say, well, it's what people want. And if they're not going to get it here, they'll go somewhere else to get it. So, there's a fair few of the beds here are now taken by the looks of things. And these are not cheap, so just these ordinary beds, 2 beds and a parasol, you're not far off €20 a day. Coming for a week, that's a big chunk of money, I think. When we first came here, we did used to go to the beach. We don't go to the beach much now. We used to go to the beach, but we never ever had beds. And in fact, I think the beaches we used to go to didn't have them anyway. And we used to take these like mats, and you'd put the mat down on the sand and put your towel on the mat, and then when you finished, you just shook the towel, rolled up the mat, and away you went. That was the way we did it. Beehive and Contra Corriente. Already busy. It isn't 12 o'clock yet. I'm not going to be doing a big long walk today, it's too hot, and Anita's only having her nails done, so she'll let me know when she's finished. In the video I did in Palma yesterday, finished it off with some photographs, and a couple of them of some mega yachts. There's one or two out there, but these are even bigger. And in the paper today it's telling us that one of them is actually owned by Bill Gates. Not sure whether Bill Gates is on board, though somebody claims to have seen him. But who knows? And the other one is owned, looked even bigger actually, is owned by another American billionaire. Mallorca is getting onto the map of the Americans, and one of the people that sort of has promoted it for quite a few years now is the Trump family. And well, she's here now and was seen in the Lobster Club recently with a daughter. The former president was not with her, but Michelle comes regularly to Mallorca. She has friends here, former ambassador, I believe. And so she's a regular visitor. In fact, I think they may have stayed near to us when we had the shop. Now I think she stays with a friend, but she's a regular visitor, comes almost every year now. Some waves there on the sea. The other thing that was in the video yesterday, which has already drawn a few comments, is the horse and carriages that we have in front of the cathedral. It does seem cruel that that's continued to be allowed, particularly as the temperature rises. Maybe in the winter it's not so bad, but I think they need to put some sort of a temperature limit on it. If the temperatures are going to go above whatever limit they decide, then the horses have to stay in the shade or find a cool spot for them. We have in the past had some of the horses keeling over and dying even. So, I don't know. In Alcudia, they've I haven't seen them yet, but they're proposing to have electric carriages. So they look very similar to the carriages that they have now. So it's got that quaint old-fashioned sort of look. No horse in front of them, just an electric motor that cleanly allows people to travel through the streets. Not quite the same, but much better for the horses. Another comment was, as I was walking through a tunnel, there was two people who appeared to be fast asleep in the tunnel, and just highlights the fact that there are homeless people here in Mallorca. And in the video I just mentioned that Mallorca is a very rich island in some ways for some people, but for others it's very difficult for them to actually make ends meet. So they don't have homes, don't have incomes, and end up living on the street. And you do get people who come here as well. That, they're not locals, they're not residents here. Many of them not even Spanish, and they don't have jobs and they don't have homes, and you wonder why they come and how they think they're going to survive. Volleyballers are out, there's some young ones. Now the schools are coming to a close. Some schools have already finished, and the rest will be finishing during this week. Perhaps today, maybe already. So today's Friday, so yeah, some of them will have finished yesterday or earlier on in the week. I know that the school I used to teach at finished Wednesday. Teachers continue to have to go to work and sort out their classrooms, finish off reports, fill in lots of forms and paperwork, which used to drive me mad. And in some schools, they're obliged to do summer school. We'll do some work during the July and August. It's mostly holiday, but in recent years, schools, teachers have had to go back in August, which is incredibly uncomfortable, and the temperatures are soaring. Now, the thermometer across the road there, which I think is in the shade, says 31 degrees. Maybe that's the more accurate figure. And these are the figures that we're hearing the UK is going to have this weekend. And I'm guessing most places in the UK, most homes anyway, don't have air conditioning. And they'll be rooting around to find the fans, which were stored away last year in the loft or in the garage or somewhere. Well, we've got to the stage now where the temperatures at night don't go below 20. So they're referred to here as tropical nights. And we haven't had the air conditioning on through the night, so what we do is have a fan that blows. Just gently, not as strong, and that just keeps the air moving and makes it a little bit more comfortable. So far, really had any problems sleeping. Though I suppose if the temperature did go up, our answer would be to put the air conditioning on. Lots of children here. I'm guessing this might be a school trip out. Last day, let's all go down to the beach, have fun in the sun. And they're on this beach here in Palmanova. They've got all these pine trees, which provides lots of shade. It's one of the issues in the UK, because they're not used to having such sunny and hot days, is that children and adults don't respect the sun in the way that they should, and don't have the sun creams that are going to protect them from that ultraviolet rays. Here, I think we're a bit more wise and a bit more used to it, and so all the children will happily be in the shade. All of them will have their sun creams, and I'm sure that even before they go to school, most parents will be topping the children up with suntan cream. Hot weather for dogs as well. You've got to be careful where you take the dogs for a walk, because the pavement that's in direct sun gets really hot, and they can end up burning their paws. If it's hot for you, it's hot for them. This is all in front of us while we're just going past the Paradise Beach Bar. There's got a few people in it. It's not quite lunchtime yet, and it's gone way past breakfast time. The park, no children in the park, it's just too hot. It's all very exposed. But behind that's the Zell Hotel. The Zell Hotel starts here and then goes all the way around. There's a green flag out. meaning it's safe to swim. But, they are blowing, so there is a bit of a breeze. It seems to be across the beach rather than onshore or offshore. And these are the new parasols. Looks like something from Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii, so I don't really know that. And then the barley beds are even more expensive than the regular ones. This is Rafa Nadal, Marquis. How do you address a Marquis? Just really, Marquis Rafa now, is it? I need to ask me that earlier on, and I just said Marquis Rafa Nadal. Here's Rogers. In the intense heat that we've been having, people have been recommended not to drink beer to quench that thirst. Water is the drink of the day if it's really hot. I must say I do drink a lot of water, but I'm still not sure I drink enough. Big tables being set here. It's weekend, and anyone who's coming out for a hen party or a stag do, they book the tables in there, and that's why we've got those big tables. And they come for the bottomless brunch, and so they come the next hour or so, and they will be there all afternoon. We made the mistake of going for early dinner. And the place was packed with them, noisy and not in any bad way, but very noisy. And we ended up sitting inside, which was a good move. This is the Baleares Santa Lucia. Doing really well, I think. And we've got Shauna and Claire coming very soon. Shauna's been sending me a message to say I hope to catch up with her when they're here. This is what you've got to look forward to. Sea's looking lovely, clear, gentle waves. I think I can see a cruise ship in, at least one. Yesterday, that's there in Palma, not here in Palmanova. Yesterday there were 3 big cruise ships in. The Aida, which if any of you have seen it, is a big ship, but it was the smallest of the 3. And seems to be the game of the moment where you knock over these posts. So the Aida was there. That was the smaller of the 3. The medium-sized one was the Virgin Scarlet Lady, and then the one which looked enormous was the German Mein Schiff, and that was huge and just sort of towered out of the sea like a skyscraper. And you wonder how it manages to stay upright as it traverses the Mediterranean. Obviously they do. Almost always a bird there, just posing to have its photograph taken. But it's black and it must be hot, just sitting there, standing there. This is the San Matias beach, and this is Santa Lucia. I think just like many hotels, if you want a bed, you've got to get your towel on there soon, early, within the regulations. The hotel in Santa Ponsa had very strict rules and said that any towels that were outside the hours that were prescribed for using the sunbeds would be removed, and so anything before 9 o'clock in the morning, if there was a towel left out, it was just removed and put into a pile. And I actually saw one of the people doing that, just the officials there, just picking it up and putting them in a pile. So yesterday, the last Palmanova video, I talked about the ice cream kiosk moving, and here it is, but it's not open, and I'm not sure it ever is going to open here. It was just the other side of what's now Turtle Beach, and it's been turned so that it could be open, so I'll have to keep an eye on that one. I'm not going to be walking along there because Anita's only doing her nails, so I'm going to head back and see if I can find some shade. I'll have to keep you posted on this, but at the moment, it's closed up. There's the three brothers. Maybe there's more shade on this side. The supermarket across the road has got the letters TSC, and sort of a bit of a copy of the Tesco logo. I don't know if it still is the Tesco logo, but it's what I remember of the Tesco logo. Not Tesco, of course. Pretty much got nothing to do with Tesco. But we're in Malaga. Stan was telling me that there is a Tesco over there. There did seem to be a number of shops selling British type goods, a large expat community over there. And we do have a few shops over here which sell expat type things. Nice price being one that we're familiar with. There's Monroe's and Taylor's. Just to keep Jim happy, or I might even get close to Elvis today, you never know. Football shirts there. We had lunch with Monroe and Marcia and Yvonne and Adolfo yesterday, and well, Adolfo likes his football and Monroe certainly likes his football, so a little bit of talking about that. And the Spanish season, football season, won't really end until tonight, Sunday night, when the last of the promotion places will be played. And I know who's joining us in La Liga. And then they'll be going off on their holidays, but they just the same time has started this World Club Cup. And looks like Tandoori Nights have got an issue there. So I hope everything's all right for them. Guardia Civil there and the police. And so and the Guardia Civil was asking if they got an alarm, so I don't know if they've been broken into.
We didn't really know where we are.
High pressure hose clearing the pavement. They're actually just jet washing the pavement. I always get a bit nervous when they've been jet washing the pavement because they just become very slippy. Anyway, be careful. It's an age thing, isn't it? I think you worry more about falling over as you get older, and we've got some friends who fall, and we've just actually parked the car near to the medical centre, and we passed two people who had obviously had falls, so at least it looked as though they had. Walking through Palma last night, and every time there was a step or you need to say, be careful, I still managed to stumble a couple of times. Casa Chiringo over there, which I think at some point we're going to have to try that out. And there's a little bit of a blast from the past. It's a satellite dish, which are gradually going to be switched off, I guess, over the next couple of years. We had satellite TV. When it first came out was Sky News, I think, was like the first major British English-speaking channel, and there was some American ones as well. And then obviously gradually increased over the years. No, we've not used a satellite for a long time. In fact, our satellite, we had two satellite dishes, but really big things, 1.8 meters, which is the big one. And even then it wasn't 100% reliable when we gave it up. And so, yeah, so everything we get now comes through the internet. And if we want to receive anything from the UK or even from other parts of the world, you use a thing called a VPN, and that allows you to pretend you're in another country. It's quite good for Netflix as well. We pay a Netflix subscription, but if you have Netflix and you're in Spain, for example, you get the Spanish Netflix. But I do seem to have been able to change it so that we're in America, and then you get some different programs or some different episodes of series. $12:06 it said on the clock on the pharmacy. And 32 degrees it says. I think that's about right. It feels warmer than that to me. A couple of ferries on the way out. Just looking across at the Tropico, their roof terrace. Must have quite good views from up there, right on the top, as they've got glass walls, so just enjoy the view. I'm sure Anita would like that though. Doesn't have a particularly good head for heights. I haven't taken any photographs while I've been walking around today, so I won't be adding many, if any, photographs at the end. But on most of the videos I've been doing recently, I've been adding photographs at the end, and it's sort of become something I've started to enjoy doing again, is taking photographs. As we walk past McDonald's, I must point out Nova Etapa on the other side there. Nova Etapa is would be our place to go to. However, there's no parking thing there, so I don't know, something. Oh, and there's traffic lights here. That's why there's no parking, because they've dug the road up. I didn't come this way, so this is something I didn't see. So I think this is an emergency repair. I don't think it's something that they were expecting to do, because they don't do this sort of work at this time of the year. So and this sort of traffic light to control cars during roadworks is relatively new. In the past, there would always be one man at one end and one with another with an arrow and a stop sign, and they would signal to each other. But I suppose now you've got rid of two people, and you just put the traffic lights there. One of those Citroen Amys pointed out one of those in a recent video. They are becoming quite popular, and they're getting around a city. You can't go on the motorway on them, and you can't go very fast, so you can only go in the slowest roads really. But it just does provide an alternative mode of transport, and available to young people as well. And they're electric, so they're non-polluting. Zeros.
Ja sitä pinkkiä messiä, ne on nyt tilassa, niin mä katson sieltä se on sitten paikka. Just up by the Beehive, you've got Fantasia Golf. Looking for something to entertain children, or young or old really. We go there now and again. Girls love it, and it's a fun thing. You can do it quite late into the evening as well. It's got floodlights. Oh, I nearly forgot to point out Elvis. There you are. That's the LA American Diner over there. That was lucky, wasn't it? I nearly forgot Elvis. Just walked past the kitchen of the Azur, and they're cooking the onions, and I do like the smell of onions cooking. Oh, very nice.
Wait, somebody needs to call in anyway because I only called.
Some benches here, but they're all in the sun, so not really comfortable to sit on. I need to check my messages to see if Anita sent me anything. See if she's done yet. There are a
couple of benches over there in the shade, I think. Right. Oh yes, look at that one there. That's got my name on it, hasn't it? Well, Anita sent me a message, I don't know how long ago, I should know. Anyway, she says, come and meet her, so she must be nearly done. So, off we go again. It's only just up the road from here, so it's not really a problem. Lots of workers inside this Annabelle restaurant. They're unwrapping things, setting things up, so it could be open in the next few weeks, I think. Unwrapping tables and chairs. Still laying decking though, so still lots to do. Basiki. We don't know much about sushi, but we certainly enjoyed the sushi that we had there. And we've been to this tandoori Jaipur a couple of times, and we enjoy the food there too. In fact, there's not very many restaurants where we haven't enjoyed the food, and I can't actually think of any we've been to. Hachimoli, what's there? Hachimoli. No, I'm not pronouncing it properly, but we do really like the food, tapas type food that they do there. Great quality, great food. And the big question is Anita done? Is she done? Well, she's done. What colour have you had today? And it's a lovely purple. Very nice.
It's called Kate.
So we're going to go off to the car now and off to our next little adventure, wherever that may be. And I hope you can join us in that one as well. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.